Commander Elena Vasquez stood at the observation deck of the dreadnought New Terra, watching the swirling nebula that had become humanity's unlikely salvation. 2 centuries had passed since the Galactic Council's unanimous verdict. Humans were too aggressive, too unpredictable, too dangerous to remain within civilized space. The species that had once dreamed of joining the galactic community now ruled over territories the Council could never have imagined. The exile had begun with 17 colony ships fleeing beyond the Perseus Arm, carrying 3 million refugees into the cosmic wilderness. The Council had expected them to perish in the void, another failed species consumed by the harsh realities of deep space. They had been spectacularly wrong. Dr. Marcus Chen, the expedition's chief xenobiologist, approached Elena with the latest reports from the frontier systems. His augmented eyes, a necessity after exposure to exotic radiation in the Helix Nebula, glowed softly in the dim light. The Kepler 442 system is fully operational, he announced. Our biofoundries are converting the asteroid belts into habitable ring worlds at an unprecedented rate. Elena nodded, her neural implants processing the data streams flowing through the ship's quantum network. Humanity's transformation hadn't been by choice. The harsh environments beyond Council space had demanded adaptation that would have horrified their former neighbors. Genetic modification, cybernetic enhancement, and consciousness transfer had become not luxuries but necessities for survival. What about the synthesis project? Elena asked, referring to humanity's most ambitious undertaking. Chen's expression grew serious. We've successfully integrated DNA from 47 different extinct species. The first generation of enhanced are showing remarkable resilience to cosmic radiation and can survive in near-vacuum conditions for extended periods. But the psychological profiles... He paused. They're becoming something beyond human. Through the viewport, Elena could see the construction arrays working tirelessly on the next phase of their expansion. Massive O'Neill cylinders grew like crystalline flowers, while automated mining ships stripped entire moons for raw materials. The humans who had been deemed too violent had become master builders, their aggressive instincts channeled into the conquest of lifeless worlds rather than living ones. The irony wasn't lost on Elena. The Council species, the crystalline vegan empire, the aquatic cetacean alliance, the hive-minded Proxima collective, had achieved peace through millennia of evolution and careful genetic selection. They had eliminated the traits that made them dangerous, but also the ones that made them truly adaptive. A priority communication flickered through Elena's consciousness. Captain Torres from the exploration vessel Magellan had made contact with something extraordinary in the Andromeda Gap. Structures that defied known physics, clearly artificial but abandoned for eons. "Commander!" Torres's voice crackled through the quantum link. "You need to see this. We've found a derelict megastructure. It's the size of a small solar system. The architecture doesn't match any known species, but the energy signatures, they're still active after what looks like millions of years." Elena felt the familiar surge of human curiosity, the drive that had once made them explorers and now made them pioneers. Set course for the Magellan's position. Full fleet speed. As the New Terra began its journey toward yet another mystery, Elena reflected on humanity's transformation. They had been banished for their nature, but that same nature had allowed them to thrive where others would have perished. The Council had sought to preserve galactic order by expelling chaos, but chaos, Elena had learned, was the engine of evolution. In the depths of space, far from the regulated systems of their birth, humanity wasn't just surviving, they were becoming something unprecedented. Something the ancient builders of the megastructure might have recognized. Something that would one day return to the galaxy not as refugees, but as something entirely new. The exile had ended the moment they stopped looking back toward home and started building something better among the stars.